What up fans of Switch, and welcome back. My name is Lawrence and this is the month of June and this is our monthly podcast. If you're wondering what is a podcast, well basically we will bring to you a summary of the promotions that we have for Switch and also an update in the world of Apple. Now for this month itself, just to let you know, if you've been wondering, and I believe this is the moment that all of you have been waiting for. I think all of you have been waiting for this. That is the 0% GST. And if you're wondering, has there been a reprice? Has the price gone down for the Apple products? Well, guess what? It has. And if you want to find out more about the reprice, just click onto the link below or perhaps one of the posts up there. Or even better still, go to our website or our webpage, and there is a full list of all the products, the before and after the 0% GST reprice. Now moving on, this is the month of June and also a month of Raya. So to all of you, our Muslim brothers and sisters, Selamat Hari Raya, Maaf Zahir Batin to all of you. And if you're wondering, is there a Raya promotion for the Raya week? Well, there is, and we will announce the Raya promotion next week. But if you're wondering what products there will be, well basically they'll be on the iPhone 8 and also the MacBook. So if you want to find out about it, stay tuned with our page. Next week we will announce it then. Now this is the month of June again, so naturally this is also a Father's Day month and also Parents' Day. And if your parents are still around as mine are, naturally we're always very thankful for all the sacrifices that our parents have done for us in our life. And one of the ways that I give back to my parents, or perhaps I want to take care of my parents, one of the ways that I do that is that I get them an Apple Watch. And if you're wondering what can an Apple Watch do for your parents, well, I just want to highlight three things that it can do for them. The first thing that it can do is basically it will always keep them active. It will remind them not to sit for too long or perhaps be idle for too long. It will remind them to stay active, walk around, or perhaps take a stroll somewhere or to stand up. And the second thing that it does, which is really helpful, is that it will actually remind them to take their medicine on time. So you can actually set in the reminder, and when the time comes, they remind them to take the meds. And naturally, the last thing that it can do for them is to remind them to do the things that they need to do on a daily basis. Once again, those three things you can actually set for them, and it will take off your worry for them. It will actually take care of them, the Apple Watch itself. And if you're wondering, is there a promotion on the Apple Watch this month itself since I'm talking about it? Well, there is. Just for the month of June, which is this month, if you buy any iPhone, which is iPhone 6, 6s Plus, iPhone 7, 8 or even 10, and you buy it together with an Apple Watch, there will be a 100 ringgit discount or rebate for you, this for the month of June. So if you need to get one for your parents, well, do consider this particular promotion to get with them as well. And naturally, last but not least, Switchmaker is coming very soon to Selangor. If you're wondering what is Switchmaker, whenever you buy a new Apple product, whether it's an Apple Watch or an iPad, a MacBook, or even your phone itself, the iPhone, and you don't know how to use some of the features in your device, well, Switchmaker is a class where we actually teach you how to utilize your device to its maximum potential in either your work life or even your social life. So Switchmaker has been happening for quite some time right now, but for the very first time, we're actually coming to Selangor. So if you're wondering when is it happening, where is it happening, well, do stay tuned in our Facebook page when we announce it somewhere up there. And naturally, you can also check on our website where we actually update it on a weekly basis as well. And that's it for the summary of the promotions and the announcements that we have for the world of Switch. Moving on, if you're wondering what has happened or what has been announced in the recent WWDC's conference or announcement, I'm going to be bringing to you top five key takeaways in the WWDC's announcement. So in this particular round of the WWDC, let us get one thing out of the way, is that there is no hardware in this particular announcement. But what has been announced is basically an upgrade on the OS for your devices. So with that, I'm going to be bringing to you my top 5 picks on the updates that will be given to our OS. And the first one that I want to talk about is the Mac OS, which is Mojave. Mojave is actually a desert, so they actually named it after a desert this time around, which is a welcoming new name. And in one of the nice features that I wanted to talk about is the dark mode. So in the MacBook, usually your MacBook is in white color, it's bright and everything. The new Mac OS, it allows you to choose the dark mode, which in this case it allows you to have darker screen color for your background or even your folders and all of your items. And it looks much more crispier, the color. It looks much more, it looks so much better. So I can't really wait to use that on my MacBook. The second upgrade, or perhaps the second update on the OS, would be the watchOS, which is watchOS 5. It's a welcoming, definitely a welcoming upgrade, which is basically it has a Siri shortcut. So in the past, all you got, whenever you want to activate Siri, you will say, "Hey Siri," and you will say, "Hey, find me the latest update about the stock markets," or whatever it is. But in this case, all you gotta do is just lift up your wrist, and Siri will activate by itself. So that's one upgrade that is definitely very welcoming. Three more updates, which is on the iOS 12. And very interestingly, the first thing that I want to point out on the iOS 12 is that it has better performance for your devices this time around. And just to give you an idea of what kind of better performance it is, basically your apps will launch 40% faster, your keyboard will launch 50% faster, and your camera will go up by 70% faster on the older devices. It's up to 70%, by the way. So better performance is definitely one of the main highlights of the iOS 12. But the second new update, which is very interesting, which is something very quirky that I like most, which is the Animoji. So this time around, they have new Animoji added in. There is a T-Rex, there is a koala bear, there is also a ghost as well. And one of the most interesting thing is that it can also detect your tongue right now in the Animoji. And the other update that it has also featured into Animoji is that you can also use Animoji in FaceTime now. And speaking of FaceTime, group FaceTime. So what it allows you to do is that whenever you FaceTime someone, you can actually have a group chat kind of thing happening, and you can add up to about 32 people in a single FaceTime video call. So that is definitely very useful whenever you have a lot of friends wanting to plan out something, or whenever you have meetings that you need to meet with people from FaceTime. Definitely very, very useful. Now that is the 5 updates or 5 features that I like most about this current new update. But I leave the best for the last. This is the number 6. There's a 6th one that I have not mentioned, which is the ARKit 2. One of the most interesting features that it has is that it allows you to have multiple users in the AR, or we call it augmented reality. So you can actually play games with it. You can actually have multiple users playing in a single game in AR, which is very interesting. And the next thing, perhaps one of my most liked feature on the AR, is that it allows you to measure things. Like for example, you can actually point the table from one end to the other end, and you can roughly know, or perhaps you can have a very accurate measurement of how long the table is. You can also measure distance as well. And yeah, it's definitely very useful if you need a measurement very quickly. So those are the updates on the ARKit 2, which is definitely very, very welcoming. So all of that 6 updates that I've just mentioned, those are the key highlights for myself, I like most, on the recent WWDC. So this is the end of it. Once again, my name is Lawrence, and thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Bye.